going to come out and give a hot take. You shouldn't call people racial slurs. I know. Give it to me. I am a good person. However, there seem to be some people online on the interwebs that I guess would disagree with that. So there's a Twitch streamer. His name is Ludwig. He is not one of Bowser's children. I don't watch him. He seems like one of the most generic people that has ever lived. Although, who am I to talk, I guess. But on stream one day, he talked about how he donated 10,000 dollarunos to some Palestinian charity. And when he donated the charity, he told his fans, hey, I encourage you guys to go donate to the charity, but I also don't necessarily want to talk too deeply about the situation.
So I personally donated 10K because I think it is worthwhile. And if you guys got some extra bread, I would recommend you donate. But I won't throw it on you, you know what I mean?
And I mean, I think it's probably fair to criticize him for like not doing something that he believes in just because some of his audience are going to complain about it. To be honest, that does seem like kind of a cowardly thing to do. But also at the same time, not everybody needs to speak about this conflict because quite frankly, most of us don't know enough to do so. So quite frankly, I think it's probably for the best that Ludwig isn't on his stream yapping about the situation. Leave it to the people that have actually done all the research and are knowledgeable and that can actually speak intelligently on the topic. However, that being said, there's another Twitch streamer called Frogan. She was not too happy about this. She did indeed criticize Ludwig, and in doing so, she called him the C word.
I find ultimately, like, if I were to do a charity thing where the charity thing relies on your donations, it should be something where, like, 95% of people feel good and are down for it. And, like, ultimately, regardless of what you think, that is not the situation here. So I personally donated 10K because I think it is worthwhile. And if you guys got some extra bread, I would recommend you donate. But I won't throw it on you, you know what I mean? No thanks. And some people are going to say that, you know what I mean? That's why it's the difference.
This is a cracker take.
When you get to the point that you're calling him a slur over the situation, you just don't do anything good for your cause. All you do is just alienate people who would have maybe been sympathetic towards your cause at some point. But anyways, she said the slur, kind of cringe, but you know, it is also just kind of a thing in our society nowadays. Yeah, like I've just noticed on social media that you can insult white people based on the color of their skin and it's fine, I guess. That's cool. Healthy direction society is moving in. Actually, I guess I'll talk about myself for a second here. So, I mean, I'm white. I mean, there's no getting around it. You can just look at me. I sound white as well. But the reason for that is because my grandfather colonized my gene pool. My mom's family is Puerto Rican. She is Puerto Rican. But yeah, like my grandma got with my grandfather who was Irish. And so he just completely rocked our shit. And so I have a bunch of like family members on my mom's side that are dark skinned. And then my mom's just light skinned and we're light skinned, me and my sister. But then even my dad is Mexican and he's brown. But he couldn't penetrate it. I just plopped out white as snow white motherfucker. So I guess I have like the, what is it? The lived experience. I don't know the woke terminology of being a white person. And so in this video, I'm not like here to say that, oh, white people have it so bad. Because honestly, we don't. Some people being mean to us on social media and even to a large extent being mean to us in person. I'm not saying that it's like as bad as what like minorities have had to go through in this country. But that still doesn't make it right. I still just think it's weird that society is moving in this direction and it just kind of makes me sad sometimes. You know what I mean? Anyways, now we go into Hasan Picker. I believe he's the largest politics streamer on the internet, whether it be like Twitch or YouTube. I don't think that there's anybody that gets like more concurrent viewers than him. I could be wrong. Surely he's going to have a level-headed response to all of this.
Two wrongs don't make it right. He was bad and trying to appeal to everyone and not take a real solid stance, but Frogan should have called him that. No, I don't give a shit about like someone being called a cracker, okay? As someone who is white and has like used that word myself, I think that people that are using that to be like, this is a racial slur against white people is like fucking ridiculous.
Bruh. So he's just taking the position that it's not a slur? Damn, I guess Wikipedia is just spreading misinformation. Yeah, I've noticed a trend of like super left-leaning people just like really want it to be okay to use the term. And I just don't think that you should ever be trying to insult people based on their race. I don't know. I guess if you're like in a group of friends and you want to just like playfully call your friend a cracker, maybe don't use the hard R. maybe try to be safe that way. But like if you're actually upset with a white person and you're going through your utility belt and you're trying to pick out a word to insult them with, a word that is insulting them based on the color of their skin, it's just probably not one that you should use. And again, I'm just going to be clear here. I'm not saying that, like, this is a horrible thing that has happened to Ludwig. Like, I'm not saying that we all need to lose sleep and cry about the situation. All I'm saying is that it's a shitty thing to do. It's just bad. You're just like a racist person if you think it's okay to be racist towards white people. I don't know what to tell you. But Hasan gets even more unhinged in his Discord. I think we need a better slur against white people because cracker doesn't hit hard enough. And then somebody replies to him and says, damn, so I guess me growing up in my shitty poor neighborhood / family and experiencing people fucking with me for being white for 10 plus years and getting jumped multiple times means nothing. Great. And then Hasan responds to him, anti-white racism is entirely victimhood seeking. It's like Zionists crying that people are mad at them for defending Israel's actions. It's perceived victimhood. No different than complaining that you were slighted at a gay bar for being heterosexual. So this guy's getting jumped. According to Hasan, that is the same as people disagreeing with somebody's politics. Like, this isn't even him, like, yapping on stream and saying something stupid. He was sitting down, maybe on the porcelain throne, I don't know. He thought about this, and then he typed it out. The guy responds and says, am I just being a stupid victim when I say that I don't like getting jumped for being a white 14-year-old at my high school? I got shit for the color of my skin almost every day. Hasan finally says, dude got bullied in high school and thinks reverse racism is real. Can't make this up. My man thinks racial discrimination is simply mean words that hurts my feelings. There was also violence there as well, Hasan, but you could just ignore that. That's fine. And not an entire system designed to keep a whole ass group subjugated, and the mean words are secondary to this perceived grievance. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of racism in the way we conceptualize it. Yes, when you say we, I think we mean unhinged, terminally online left-leaning people. By the way, to be clear, not all left-leaning people. I would consider myself a left-leaning person. This is the left. I'm like here, Hasan is off the screen. Okay, we would have to break the fourth dimension in order to reach him. Yeah, I've noticed that a bunch of far leftists will like often do this where we're just talking about regular old, good old racism. You know what I mean? Where there's one guy, sees another guy of another race, and he discriminates against him because of his race. It's like we're talking about this very simple concept. And then they'll come out and they'll be like, oh, what? No, that's not what racism is. Systemic racism is what all racism is. Racism between individuals, that just doesn't exist. That's not a thing. You're making it up. These people think that because white people have historically been more privileged in the United States, it's just not possible for a black person to be racist towards them. And when you say that, I don't know how these people don't understand that you just immediately lose so many people. Like, if you actually, like, walk up to somebody in real life, it could be even minorities are going to be very confused, and they're going to ask you to leave them alone. Hi, Poppy. How are you?
Hey, Poppy. How you doing?
Can I just ask you a really quick question? Okay, this is it's a weird question. If you don't want to answer it, just let me know.
Okay, go ahead.
Is it racist for we'll just say like a black person to call a white person a cracker?
Wait, say that again. Say that again.
Is it racist for, like, we'll just say like a black person, right, to call a white person a cracker, like a racial slur, a cracker?
Oh shit! A black person telling that to a white person?
Yes.
Well, I guess it is. No, I mean, well, it's kind of, I don't know, you got me on that one, really.
Yeah, no, I would say that it is.
I think it is. I mean, it is because it doesn't matter what color it is, you know what I mean?
True, right? If you...
Es ofensivo, es algo ofensivo para una persona.
Yeah, I would agree.
I never heard a question like that, really. This is kind of new for me. Yeah.
I'm recording a video for YouTube, and there are people that are trying to say that it's not racist, and I wanted to know what a normal person thought, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think it is. To me, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would agree. Sorry. I had a normal conversation with my father. Do I feel like shit because I probably don't call him enough, and one of the times that I call him is so that I could use him for content? Yes. But he seemed to have fun, and he did give me permission to put this in the video, so here we are. But yeah, no, I'm glad to know that my dad is a normal person. That is the take of somebody that is not terminally online. But yeah, it's just ridiculous. The idea that systemic racism just makes it so that you can't be racist against white people is just the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard of in my life. I mean, does Hasan think that when white people are being discriminated against, that they go into the white guy avatar state and they're imbued by the power of their ancestors? Even Asmongold, you know, a guy that I was criticizing a few videos ago, he had a completely sensible take on it.
Cracker is not a racial slur. But if you call a white person a cracker whenever you're referring to their race, it is. Monkey isn't a slur. But whenever you call a black person a monkey when you're referring to their race, it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think he brings up a bunch of really good points, that there are some slurs that maybe aren't always slurs, but when you use them in the right context, they absolutely are slurs.
Dude, high school thinks reverse racism is real? Well, it's not real, by the way. It's just racism. If you treat somebody badly because they're a race, it's racist. There's no defending it.
It's actually a really weird term just in general. Like, did like super far leftists invent reverse racism in order to strike it down and deem that it's not real? I don't know, like, the origins of that term, but I feel like I've only ever seen like super left-leaning people use it. So that's kind of what it feels like. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll end off the video by being clear about some things. Is this like that big of a deal? No, I don't necessarily think that it is. I don't think that white people are en masse experiencing racism in the United States. But the fact that it is acceptable in our society to just be racist towards white people is just very cringe. Just because it's not that bad doesn't mean that it's not shitty. That's just the thing. That's just the point that I'm trying to make, I guess. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below.